Okay, purists might hate me, but it's my tractor, so I like the changes I made. Kept having issues with switches, so I figured let me put more switches in because, well, but these are all supposed to be rated waterproof, dustproof, everything else. So I did some pretty, I don't know, I kind of got creative with it. PTO clutch over here, lights over here. This is ignition, starter button, master power. I have a little dash light. I don't know if it makes any sense. There's nothing really there right now. I do plan on adding volt gauge. I need to get a 2-inch drill for that. I'm thinking somewhere probably in this side of the dash. But I cleaned up the wiring because honestly, I mean, I had, you know, whatever kind of, there's, you know, one bit of it, you know, there's another, you know, there's another. So clean some things up. I've got green as my PTO wire here, blue is for my headlights. I've got red as my ignition power, yellow is my accessory circuit, which comes to the voltage regulator. Didn't bother to even look at a wiring diagram. I just can figure out what things do and what we need. So here's my main accessory circuit. I've got my master relay. So my master switch controls my master relay. My master relay activates power to my accessory circuits, and then I've got everything wired to my switches. I've got my PTO switch, my headlights. I've got my starter button, which the only kind of little minor oddity with the wiring is I reused the existing white wire, and I use up here on the headlights, and these are the LED headlights, I use the, you know, there's white wires on the headlights for ground, so I use white wires for that. I got to clean this up and kind of get it out of the way, but one of the things I did, and I haven't really checked to see if it'll work or not, I put an electrolytic capacitor in there. So if that works, that should do away with the flicker that you get in these lights. If not, so be it, it'll flicker. No big deal. So I haven't fired it up. I did check the, you know, did check everything. This is interesting. I got the little light there. I turn on the headlights. There's my little dash light. I'll turn off the camera light for a second. So I got my little dash light. I got my headlights there. I got my rear work light here. Then I got the cool little aviation style switches. Master obviously kills everything. You can hear the PTO click. And of course this is my ignition. Ignition, I didn't know if I wanted to wire the starter through the, you know, ignition where you had to turn the ignition on for the starter to work. I can leave that off and crank it. So, and I don't know if we can start it. But now they still flicker. So the capacitor didn't do anything. Who knows, it might even blow out on me. That'll be fun. I've got tools on the deck and everything else, so I'm not going to fire up the I don't know. I might be out of gas. But that's kind of the changes. So I like it. We'll see how far these, you know, how long these things hold up. You know, of course, this is, you know, Chinese eBay switch, and You know, they say it's an IP68, they say it's an IP65. You know, even an IP65, which is kind of direct spray, will work. 68 is immersion. So, you know, even if it is a 65, it's fine, but, you know, it could be just, you know, garbage because, well, it's from China, and what am I going to do? Send it all the way back to China? No. So, those are my changes. I hope everybody thinks they're cool. If you're a purist and you say, hey, you know, you're screwing up the tractor, yeah, my tractor. So, and one last little thing, and this, you know, this came from Sam, whoever he got it from. They put a little grease block on the deck, and they actually have a hard line going to each of the spindles, so you can grease the spindles. I don't know if I've ever showed that off to anybody, but pretty cool addition.